precisely, to precision. So the advantage of control system which we see here is of moving no heavy no items, objects, equipments. Beside the image of antenna is shown an elevator. Elevators are also very big, heavy structures, which are also very comfortably get rolling with lot of convenience and comfort level for the passengers which use this. So behind all this is a very good control system that is acting to fulfill the actions and objectives. Then now if we want to summarize the advantages of control system, we can say that a control system provides for following advantages like power amplification or gain, remote control where we really are not in the scene of action but sitting in a AC cabin and doing all the control actions. So that is allowed by the design of efficient and a good control system, the remote no use of system. Convenience of input form where for example if we have to change the temperature, we can change it by simply moving a knob either of a thermostat switch or putting changing some setting in the remote of the AC. So we can conveniently make use of input form without really getting into the temperature and no issues around it. So convenience of input is very important aspect when it comes to advantage of building a control system. Then compensation for disturbances, yes. We should always have a built-in control system which can compensate for any effect of disturbances, like the disturbances can deviate the output, can bring in changes in the desired output. Then instead of again changing the input to get back the desired output, the control system should be designed such that it can compensate it on its own, right, from its own action without external intervention, and get the desired output back. So thereby nullifying any effect of disturbances that have acted on the system. So these are the advantages which we can summarize with respect to control system. Now, in case of radar antennas, we already saw how power amplification is needed to move huge antennas to point in desired direction. So that power is provided by the control system, right? That is built around it. We really don't bring so many people to the scene to move the antenna, but we simply move a small knob, a command in the control room, and that sets in sequence of actions which allow the antenna to be set pointing to the desired direction. So power amplification is provided by the control system, which is very important to be built into any control system. Then remote control, as we know, we discussed before, if we have some dangerous scene and which is not fit for immediately any humans to move into it, to contain it, to control it, we can always send a robot with a moving arm. Thereby it can pick up samples, it can collect information, and can help us sitting at a safer place to know about the actual situation. So remote control is another very important aspect that is provided by any control system. Here in image it is shown how a moving robot with a adjustable arm can be used to, that can be sent into the hazardous place, and then can be used to decide about nature of rescue mission. And when it comes to convenience of input form, we said about how a air cooler, a geyser, all this, they allow us to simply set some position of the respective switches, thermostat switches of the system, and those position of the switches accordingly decide the new output level. It can be the heat that is required in case of geyser, or no, the coolness that is required in case of air conditioner. So all that we can achieve by simply setting some very convenient way of giving some settings to the input side of the system. Similarly, when it comes to disturbances, the undesired inputs are normally called as disturbances. We can always build control systems such that they are self-correcting systems, which are capable to compensate and nullify the effects resulting from such disturbances acting on the system. And even in presence of the disturbances, they allow the output maintained at a desired level. So all these are the advantages of a control system.